Backstage at the Grand Awards ceremony, the lights were bright, the cameras relentless, and the applause deafening. Everyone smiled. Everyone posed. Everyone seemed flawless. But not her. Shen was alone in a quiet corner, her hands trembling slightly as tears slid down her cheeks. No one noticed at first. No one except him. Wang. He had been walking past the bustling dressing rooms when he saw the slight figure hunched over, shoulders shaking. Something in him paused, an instinct he couldn't ignore. He had seen countless crowds. He had performed in front of endless cameras. He had smiled, bowed, and thanked the audience thousands of times. But nothing prepared him for this moment, seeing her like this. Unseen, unguarded, vulnerable. He approached slowly, careful not to startle her. Because some things didn't need words. Some things were understood the moment you saw them. Shen didn't look up. She tried to hide behind her hair, hoping no one would see. But he didn't turn away. He knelt down slightly, a silent invitation to trust. And in that instant, all the noise, the glamour, the performance, it vanished. The crowd roared outside. Announcements echoed down the hallways. Flashes of cameras lit the corridors. But in that small corner, there was only two hearts. One breaking, one rushing to mend it. He didn't speak. Not yet. Instead, he reached out slowly, gently brushing her hair from her face. His touch was light, careful. A gesture that said everything words could not. And finally, she let herself look up. There was recognition in his eyes. Warmth. A kind of quiet that only comes when someone knows you better than you know yourself. Her tears trembled on her eyelashes. And without hesitation, he pulled her into his arms. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't forced. It was just right. The world outside could wait. The audience, the fans, the applause, it all faded. In that embrace, she found something she hadn't felt in days. Safety. Calm. Love. And in his eyes, she saw the reflection of herself. Not the perfection everyone expected, but the real, fragile human her. Minutes passed like seconds. No one interrupted. No one dared. Because some moments were too pure, too intimate, too honest to be disturbed. And in those moments, Wang showed everyone what love could look like. It wasn't about heroics or grand declarations. It was about presence. About showing up when it mattered most. When the glittering world around them demanded performance and poise. He chose to protect her quiet truth. And in doing so, he revealed the depth of his heart to the world, without a single word. He guided her to a nearby chair. Still holding her hand. Still keeping her close. She sniffled softly, trying to compose herself. But he shook his head gently, refusing to let her hide. Not yet, his gaze seemed to say. Take your time. I'm here. And for the first time in hours, Shen allowed herself to breathe. Allowed herself to lean on someone without pretense. The irony wasn't lost on him. The stage outside demanded smiles. The industry demanded perfection. And yet, here in this small corner, he realized that perfection meant nothing without truth. Love, he understood, was not about the public eye. It was about moments like these. Quiet, unscripted, and utterly unshakable. Shen looked up again. She didn't speak. She didn't need to. Because in that gaze, Wang understood everything. The pressures, the pain, the invisible weight she carried. And he bore it with her. Slowly, carefully, he wiped a stray tear from her cheek. A small gesture. But to her, it meant the world. It meant someone noticed. Someone cared. Someone truly loved her. The noise of Backstage crept back in. Distant laughter, hurried footsteps, the murmur of production staff. But neither of them moved. They didn't need to. In that shared silence, the world outside ceased to matter. It was just the two of them. Two souls recognizing the gravity of their connection. It wasn't the first time he had been there for her. And he knew it wouldn't be the last. Because Wang's love wasn't fleeting. It didn't thrive on grand gestures or dramatic declarations. It thrived on understanding. On quiet presence. On choosing her, every single time. Hours later, the awards ceremony would call them back. The cameras would flash. Fans would cheer. And yet, she would remember this moment. The one that no one saw. The one that no one would capture in headlines or viral clips. Because sometimes the most important moments in love are the ones the world never witnesses. He stayed with her until she could smile again. Not a fake, staged smile, but a real, gentle one that reached her eyes. And when she finally felt strong enough to face the lights again, he didn't let go. He held her hand as they walked together. Through the chaos. Through the applause. And everyone watching knew something had changed. It wasn't speculation anymore. It wasn't just chemistry on screen. It was real. It was tangible. It was love. And in that moment, Dylan Wang didn't just comfort Shen. He showed the world how love could protect, nurture, and endure. The story spread. Clips of their quiet moment leaked online. Fans went wild. Reactions poured in from every corner of social media. Did you see Dylan Wang? Did you see how gentle he was? This is true love. And though they didn't speak publicly about it, everyone felt it. Everyone knew. Later, when asked by reporters about the incident, he simply smiled. Not smugly, not dramatically, but softly, genuinely. Because sometimes love doesn't need explanation. Sometimes love speaks through action, through presence, through the courage to be there when it matters most. For Shen, that moment became a memory she would carry forever. Not for the cameras, not for the fans, not for the awards, but for herself, for the man who found her when she was broken and refused to let her stand alone. And for Dylan Wang, it was a quiet reminder of why he loved her. Because love isn't always about grand gestures. It isn't always about words or headlines. It's about showing up. It's about standing beside the one you care for. When no one else does, the world would continue to watch. The industry would continue to scrutinize. The awards would continue, and so would the cameras. But for that one fleeting moment backstage, everything paused. Everything else faded. And love, pure, unwavering, steadfast love, stood in the center of it all. Even now, fans replay that clip. They analyze every glance, every gentle touch, every moment of silence. And they marvel at what they see. A man who loves without condition. A woman who trusts without fear. Two hearts finding solace in each other when the world felt too loud. Because that is the power of love. It doesn't wait for the perfect moment. It doesn't ask for permission. It simply arrives quietly, fiercely, completely. And sometimes it melts hearts everywhere.